You're listening to a Listen to a Sun 969.
I've just pushed your buttons off here because I've just said, what did I say? Taylor Swift is female fan generated. I'm sure there are some people voices like that.
But that is not how you said it either.
No, but I'm telling you.
That might be what you
girls
meant.
Girls like her.
Yeah, cool. Girls like her, so do men. Does that mean...
Not really.
Does that mean only...
I don't think men like her.
Men artists, or only men can like men artists?
No, I'm just saying Taylor Swift she's skewed towards female because the lyrics then the words she puts in her songs are from a female perspective.
And I think that sometimes when you open your mouth, all I hear is... white male.
That's fine.
Like so much of what you say is
I'm proud to be a white male because these days we are the minority.
White male. You didn't just say that.
White males are the minority now.
Nah.
They are.
Nah.
We are not cool and trendy in any way. Because we are.
Far out.
We are not the norm.
Swear on the radio.
We're not the norm. There's everybody else has something that they're known for, and white males are not.
Do you know who you
we are the forgotten people. We are the forgotten people.
Do you know who you sound like? Andrew Tate.
I don't even know who that is. I think you've talked about someone called Andrew Tate before, but I don't even know.
You sound like the kind of... you just sound so old.
Well, that's fine. And that's the thing. We're forgotten. We are the forgotten people.
Are you trying to tell me
that
middle-aged white males are the forgotten people?
Absolutely.
Are they still the highest paid?
I don't know. Are they?
Politicians are all politicians.
I'm not the highest paid.
Again,
the only reason I survive is I do multiple jobs.
We are talking about an entire demographic, not you. Entire demographic.
All right.
All the politicians.
I'll give you an example. One guy who's really well paid, a mate from my primary school. I just had a look at what he's done. He's just done a $400 million deal for BlueScope. He works for BlueScope, and he's just done refinance. It's all over LinkedIn today, and he's refinanced, got 7 banks involved, whatever. Yeah, he's one of those ones you talk about.
Yeah.
He's one of those privileged white males. But the most white males are forgotten.
Only someone who has obviously can't see the other side of that.
He went to Scotch College, which is the biggest school in Melbourne for boys. It's the most expensive school in Australia, Scotch College.
But do you understand that just being a white male is privilege? I'm not talking about dollars in the bank. And
how? How's
are you kidding me?
How's it privileged?
You have never had to be a woman in the workplace.
Okay.
You have never had to go up against, other minorities. None of that.
Go up against?
Yes.
Why would I go up against a minority? I would be respectful of all minorities.
Yeah, you personally, but
we are a minority too. No one respects us, is what I'm saying.
Oh, far out.
Right? Everybody else is respected. Everybody else is respected, but no one respects the middle-aged white male. Right? Not all of us are privileged and living the high life.
Let's just go through every politician.
Okay. When I was in Darwin,
every politician.
Let's go back to Darwin for a second, where I used to live. I would have to stay in a motel, and there was all these middle-aged white men who were struggling financially and all this sort of stuff, all having to live this way. This motel was like a really run-down, downtrodden thing in Parap, right? And very sad, miserable white males who had been forgotten. Right? They were probably a little bit older than me. They were probably 10, 20 years older than me. Well, no, not boo-hoo. It's just like they are the forgotten ones. There's nothing, no assistance for them, nothing at all.
So this tiny little group you're talking about, I'm talking about on a world scale. I'm talking about within our society here in Australia. Male.
I'm talking about within Australia.
Okay, still within Australia, the privilege of being white, we can all agree there's white privilege.
Do you know how many homeless men there are now in white homeless men around Australia?
Do you know how many homeless women there are?
Well, I'm sure there's just as many men, if not more, who are homeless because that whatever happens, marriage breakdowns, all of these different things that happen. There are a lot of white men suffering, middle-aged white men suffering.
Oh my God, I can't believe you just said that.
No, I'm sorry, but you can look it up. Okay,
do you know how long women have even had the right to vote? Do you know that our rights are still being taken away? But no, you're right. Those poor men in Darwin. Those poor men whose wives left them.
Right across Australia, homeless men. But I'm telling you now, I'm not putting down any other minority. I'm just saying that we are the forgotten ones. That's it. Right? Everybody else, there's services and things provided.
That white men are the forgotten ones is essentially putting down every single minority.
No, I'm just saying we're forgotten. We're the forgotten minority. Right?
You're forgotten?
Yeah, completely forgotten.
Really? Are you forgotten in politics? Are you forgotten in the
middle-aged males are not in politics.
Middle-aged males are not in politics?
Generally not. They're usually old males in politics. They're a lot older.
So
and they're different.
We're talking white males.
How many politicians are there in Australia? Let's just talk about that. Maybe 200?
I wouldn't know.
200 politicians. Maybe they are privileged. Right, but within the white minority, the white male minority, they are an absolute minority. They'd be like a drop of 0.001% is a politician. Sure, politicians are doing okay. Good luck to them. Maybe we should all become politicians. Maybe every white male who's been forgotten should just say, "Oh, I'll become a politician." You can't just become a politician either.
Agree, but I think you're also
how hard is it to become a politician? You've got to be pre-selected. You've got to go and do smooze up to the right people.
I also think that
and be a lawyer most of the time these days.
I also think because you're a white male, you're taking the word privilege to mean money. Privilege.
No, I'm not actually talking about that at all. Far from it.
Okay, well, privilege to those who don't have privilege, for example.
Just basic rights.
Okay, so basic rights. I believe...
Like having a roof over your head.
And women should be able to walk to their car?
Sure.
Men can do that.
But I'm not arguing that. I'm not arguing that.
But that's the whole thing. No, white men have privilege because they can do things like go for a walk at night.
I'm not putting down other minorities. I'm very supportive of all minorities.
The forgotten ones. Yes, I've never heard anything so bad in my life.
There are services and things provided to all other minorities, and they're well recognised, and so they should be. But there's nothing for, like, suicide rates in middle-aged men. This is serious stuff. Have a look at it. There's a lot of suicide. It's like one of the highest rates of suicide is in middle-aged men. Go and look it up.
Do you know
because of depression, because of the things, there's the services and the support. And the other thing is too, that Aussie Bravo factor. Hey, I'm a man. I can't talk to anyone. And they don't talk. They just go and top themselves. And it's awful, and I hate that.
Yeah, and I agree, but again, you're thinking about this a different way.
I am. I am thinking very differently to you.
No, you're thinking, we're forgotten, so sad, boo-hoo.
Not particularly boo-hoo.
I'm talking about privilege. I'm talking about just human rights. Do you know that if a woman wants to get her tubes tied and she's married, she needs a husband's permission and has to be over a certain age? Do you know if a man wants a vasectomy, he can just go and do it? Okay.
My point being to you is this. That is not an issue I'm arguing against. I'm all for...
Well, you are, because you're saying I'm talking about white privilege.
Everything you've raised in this conversation, I agree with you. That should not be the case. All these things you're saying, I'm not saying...
But that's male white privilege.
I am not saying to you that any of the issues you've raised are not an issue. Of course they are. I'm fully supportive of all these issues you're raising. My point is that we as the middle-aged males have been the forgotten generation.
That's cool, but you're privileged.
How are we privileged?
Because you can get a vasectomy without permission from your wife.
Really? Yep. Well, that's going to pay the bills. That's going to feed us when we're sitting homeless.
That's what I'm saying. You think privilege is about money. I'm talking about human rights, not money, human rights.
The get a vasectomy does not outweigh the basic rights of a person, the basic things
reproductive health,
food. Right, what are the things in life? There's a structure. There's some psychological thing they've done on it. What are the basic needs of a human being?
How long ago could a roof over your head,
food, basic things like men can't afford to eat. A lot of men are homeless in the middle-aged males. I'm just talking about that. Yes, there are some white middle-aged women as well. That's another area too, and that should be looked at as well. Everything should be looked at and not forgotten. And that's my point to you today.
Yeah.
No, there are parts of there are minorities that are well looked after and are well noticed, and then there are minorities that have been forgotten, with suicide rates for men, and obviously middle-aged women as well. A lot of the women, when they get divorced, they lose half their super, like any male and female.
Women,
they can't. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Women and men in the middle-aged area, white people are being forgotten a lot of the time.
Oh, I'm not backing that statement at all.
Well, that's fine. But from my point of view, looking at it and understanding it, and the problems that people are having, sure. And big things too. I'm with you. Domestic violence against women, but there's also domestic violence against men as well. There's domestic violence. There's drugs. There's homelessness. There's all sorts of things that go on. I'm not just throwing it off to a cereal box. There's a lot of serious stuff going on in our community.
There absolutely is, and I understand what you're saying. But what's getting my goat up, what I'm hearing, is that when they say not all men. You know the saying when they go not all men. Have you heard that? It's like the political movement. Oh.
Right.
So basically, it's where like we spoke about it ages ago, like the man versus the bear and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So it's like when instead of a man going, oh yeah, like that's horrible, blah blah blah, and sympathising with women, empathising, etc., or other minorities, they go, oh, not all men, and that's what I feel like you're doing. You're going, oh, but. Yeah, you're right, but we're forgotten. Like, you can't say you support the other minorities whilst also making excuses.
I think you can support all minorities.
whilst making excuses for why they're treated badly.
Not making excuses for anyone. I'm not making excuses. If someone treats someone badly,
they shouldn't. But you think white men are forgotten.
If a man domestically abuses a woman, that is terrible. I am not for that. And same with if a woman domestically abuses a man.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm not for that. I've been in a situation where I've been abused.
Agreed.
So I didn't like that.
Agreed.
So I don't like it for anyone. I don't like violence. I don't like men, like I see here in this town sometimes, women fighting with women, men fighting with men, men fighting with women fighting with men. I see it all the time. I see lots of things. I see kids mucking around. I see people who are on the streets. I see people who are on the streets after dark. There's all sorts of things going on in this town alone. But then you take it out, amplify it to the whole of Australia, and there's a lot going. Sure, if we want to go and talk about things in third world countries and stuff too, there's so much going on there. Let's not even go there. There's just too much information to be putting out there. And the rights of women in other countries are terrible, But, we start looking at certain countries and they tell women how to behave and how to do things and wear things over their heads and all sorts of stuff. I mean, I'm not for all of that either, but, it's a big world with lots of people in it.
I think if you haven't,
you can't forget anybody.
I think if you haven't,
let's not forget anybody is what I'm trying to say.
Agreed, but I think if you can't, I think not being able to agree that older white males have privilege, then you don't know what it is like to be on the other shoe, on the other foot, because going up against the good old boys club, going against those white males in very different aspects of life, is hard.
I think there's exceptions to every rule.
Agreed, and I think you're talking about the exceptions, not the rule.
No, I think there are many.
You're talking about some white men that don't have privilege when most of them do.
I think there's many men who are suffering.
I think what we need to do is both of us look at some statistics and reconvene this conversation.
Perhaps we should. And by the way, Taylor Swift is definitely a women's song.
She's not.
A women's artist. Women love her more.
Travis Kelce loves her.
There will be stats.
Do you know what?
Yeah, but Travis likes her in a different way. He's a man.
A lot of women probably love Taylor, but I just hate when you blanket statement things.
Okay, let's have a look and find out how many of her fans, when you get a concert, a Taylor Swift
I've never been to a Taylor Swift concert.
Right, but let's find out, is it 70% females going to it?
How do we find that out?
We could easily find that out.
How?
There'd be stats on the internet.
All right, let's do some Googling.
Because I believe that she is a female favourite, which is great.
She would be a female favourite, but you said...
We have a lot of females listening to Sun, which is why we play it.
But that's not what you said. You didn't say she was a female favourite. You said basically what you said when we were off air is that only women listen to her.
I didn't say only.
That is what you insinuated. And when I got my
she is a women artist. She is a women artist. And I said also, you and I both agreed she's overexposed. She's played too much.
I don't actually agree with that. I love Taylor Swift.
You love her?
Yep.
But I said we play her all the time, and you didn't disagree with that. We play
because we're about to go on air, so I just was
too much of it. I think we play too much Taylor Swift.
I don't.
You think? All right. Let's do what everybody else has done, every other big network. Let's just start our own little Taylor Swift radio station. We'll set up a streaming service here.
Taylor?
Yeah, you'll stream Taylor Swift, but you won't be able to stream Sun because we don't stream Sun. But we'll stream a Taylor Swift station for you. We'll put one together for you. How's that sound?
Sounds perfect.
All right, and you can listen all day to Taylor Swift if you like.
That might be going a bit far.
Well, why wouldn't you?